Just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.
Right.
It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. I don't know what's up there beyond the skies. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to the movies.
All right.
Then I go downtown.
Take your time.
Somebody keep telling me, oh, hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. Then he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, there were times I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. It's been a long.
Yeah.
That's Marquise. Y'all get up for Marquise, please. That's why we're here. We're here to spread love and compassion. This is beautiful. Look to your neighbor and say, hello, how are you tonight? And I want you to repeat after me. I am not afraid. 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 Wow, this is overwhelming. Overwhelming. Thanks y'all for coming tonight. We have many speakers tonight, and I just want you guys just to enjoy yourselves and talk to people and love one another, because we are brothers and sisters. We are all brothers and sisters. White supremacy, neo-Nazi, KKK has no room in Duluth and no room in America. Yes. Not then, not now, not ever.
Had to hold my candle. See, technical difficulties here. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming out collectively to say no to hatred.
That's right.
No. For many of us, we have witnessed for the first time of our life what hate looks like. We are standing here at this amazing monument because this is what hate looked like in the past. You saw what hate looked like this weekend. As Marquise said, it's been a long time coming. What have we done to change it? That's the challenge here tonight. What are we willing to do to change it? Because if we sit idly by and do nothing, hate continues. We must make a challenge. Thank you all for being here tonight.
So we're going to take a few minutes to light the candles and have a moment of silence, so we'll do that right now.
If you don't have a light, just hold them up.
If you don't have a light, just hold them up.
For all of you that have cell phones, if you got that flashlight, click it right now and hold it up high. You can't light your candle, light your phone.
So we'll have a moment of silence. And the moment of silence is for that young lady who got killed, Heather Hayer, and then the millions of people who got killed that we don't even know their names.
Amen.
Over hate. This is a moment of silence. And we say spread love. Spread love. Spread love. Spread love. Spread love. Spread love. Not hate. Not hate. 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 Our first speakers will be Kim Young.
Woo! Let's give her a welcome, y'all.
Good evening. You know, I never want to come out here anymore. It gets to be too hard.
Sorry.
When I was 13, though, as I and 6 other track and field teammates were walking back to our junior high school from the high school track team, we were stopped by a black van full of older teen boys who were white, who jumped out waving machetes and calling us niggas and bitches and threatening to kill us. We were terrified. I had never been called those words before in my short life, and though growing up in Roanoke, Virginia, I consider now that I was relatively sheltered from much racism, which in and of itself is a rarity for a black child in the post-civil rights South. For us that day, we were lucky. Our coach, who was white, drove by and pulled over and got out of her car, and they got in their van and drove off. She escorted us back to school, where our parents and police were called. I don't remember much of what happened, but the boys were caught and received fines. And that was the end of it. We moved on with our lives because, well, white supremacy. I say that because today I realize my parents and those of the other girls knew they had no other options but to move on. We didn't talk much about the incident. We didn't think about it. We just moved on. When my daughters experienced racism in their own school years, one told by a playmate's parents she couldn't play with him because she was darker than a paper bag. The other called nigger throughout her school years in Duluth. They were also expected to move on and get over it. The one dropped out of high school after finally having had enough when her last tormentor put violent actions with that N-word. My daughter finally fought back. The other one never looked at white people the same again, but they eventually moved on. I'm tired of moving on.
Amen.
Letting it slide, lighting a candle, and back to business as usual. Police violence is still moving on over the lives and families of its victims. White supremacy is still moving on over the lives and existence of people of color, Muslims, LGBTQIA, disabled, Jewish, and many more, unchecked and unabated. For most white people, it's an easy thing to move on from such unpleasantness, and you do it daily. People driving by on that day in my past moved on. The parents that hurt my daughter when she only wanted to play with their child moved on. After my daughter dropped out, the school system of Duluth, Minnesota moved on. We have a tendency to do that. Bury our feelings or work around it. And after the last candle flame is doused tonight, some of you will undoubtedly move on. But I can't move on from this anymore. I can't expend one more sleepless night. I can't post one more hashtag to symbolize the loss of a human life. I don't want to make one more speech about the evil of white supremacy, racism, and oppression. I can't move on.
It's all right.
It's all right. What I can do is try to move your hearts and minds to physically begin to stand up and acknowledge that white supremacy, racism, and systemic oppression chains all of us in slavery. What I ask of you right now is to move forward towards a humanity-based system of governance, support, and empowerment that uplifts us one and all. Instead of forces us to move on in willful ignorance and personal apathy for the suffering of our brothers and sisters. We need to stop white supremacy in its generational tracks. We need to eradicate racism. We need to upend systemic oppression. We need to move it on out of our lives so we can move forward into the beloved country. The little girl who experienced racism that day in 1977 is now a grown woman with children and grandchildren. I'm not moving one more day while white supremacy and racism control my life and future lives of my descendants. I'm making my stand right here, right now, and I shall not be moved until white supremacy has moved on out of existence.
Right.
Wow.
Bonjour, hello. English for everybody being here. I want to remind people and share that there's more than just the black and white issue here. It's Indian country too.
Yes, it is.
I want to remind people that this is not just a black and white issue, it's Indian country that you're standing on. People seem to forget that. I want to make sure people understand that. Not in a way where it's making people feel bad, but people need to remember. Mashkiki makwa kwe indigenous cause. Makwa nandudem negizi dodem binoa. O nigamin sing nandun jaba. Binoa, Red Lake, Minnesota, Beach Lake, Minnesota. Charlottesville is every day, all the time. It's nothing new. Constant. Microaggression after microaggression after microaggression for those of us dealing with that. It's internalized oppression, it's oppression. And I know you guys hear this all the time. I've been here talking before, talked a lot about it. And last time I talked about creating our own culture. And what that means is Duluth culture. What do we want for ourselves here? How do we have each other's backs? What does that mean? And I can tell you from experience that I am having that experience here. Not everybody gets that, and I understand that, but people have my back, and we need to have each other's backs here.
That's right. Clap it up.
We need to have that.
Clap it up.
It's not just about gender equality or race equality, all of those things. It's about all of us that matter here. My elder, one of my old ancestors said, I will fight no more forever. And that's what that means, that you guys fight too, to help us. I will fight no more forever. What Kim was talking about, we help each other. Fight no more forever. I believe in the power of people.
Yeah.
All of you, all of us. That's what I believe in. Why? Because we create change. We push change. If we want something done in legislation, we do it. Not them, we do it. That's why I believe in people. People power. And I believe in community. And I believe in you all out here today, having your back all the way, no matter what it takes to get that done, I believe. I'll wait for that to go back. I want to leave with that we need to create our own community, and I keep saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it until people figure that out. We need to have our own belief system in ourselves, in who we are as a community. We're better than that. We are not none of that hate. We are one special kind of love, and that's who we are. That's why you're standing here, because we're one special kind of love. And that's what we need to be for each other, not just leave it here and go home and do whatever we do, because us, we got to deal with this every day. I need that one special kind of love to help us get through this. Please, I will fight no more forever, but I will be with you. Miigwech.
Yeah, I want to recognize that both mayors from Duluth, Emily Larson and Jim Payne from Superior are here, so give them a round of applause for coming on and joining us. Yeah? The next speaker is Janet Kennedy.
Can you hear me? Hello. Thank you. Thank you all for coming here. I am Janet Kennedy, and I am so proud to be here in the city that I've been raised in. We moved here in 1963. My father was in the Air Force. I was so very young. But as I've grown, I have had to tolerate, and I'll say tolerate, and how to get over a lot of the racism. As a young girl, there was a petition to keep me out of the elementary school here in Western Duluth. I remember stories that my mom would tell me that she would walk 6 miles to get to school, and there was a bus that would pass her up, and they would not let her on the bus. There were only a couple of children on that bus, but my mom could not get on that bus. You know, one of the things that I'm really, really wanting and looking forward to is, and one of the things I always want to say, because a lot of people know I'm running for office. This is not a political message, but it shouldn't happen that I have to take my political hat off to be able to give a message about my experiences and then hear that I'm in trouble for that. That shouldn't be happening. You know, that's sort of a privilege that other people get to have. We need to make sure that we're having a city that engages everyone and that values everyone. We need to make sure we're making changes in how we're all experiencing the availability of housing and jobs and economic development. We have an overrepresentation of people of color, Native American and African American people in our criminal justice system. You know, and we work hard on making changes, but I keep hearing that we're trying to make changes. You know, when I was younger, there were going to be changes made, and now I won't give you my age, I'm a grandmother. We're still trying to make changes. And I know that everyone here today really cares about that and really values the changes that we can make. But together today, as we walk away from here, and I want to echo some of the messages that Kim gave, you know, we can't continue to fight this fight if we're not fighting it together. And we want to make a difference. We want to make a difference for our children. And that's one of the most important things that we can do. I'm not going to speak much longer. There were many great things said here today. I know I had a chance to speak on Sunday and how important that was as we came together at St. Mark Church for Virginia. You know, racism takes on all forms. This time it was somebody with a car that was terrorizing a group of people. But we need to make sure that we move that into what's going on in Duluth. We don't have people running people over with cars, but we do have people running people over with the systemic barriers, and that needs to change. And so I want to work with you all. Thank you. I thank you all for coming here today. I thank you all for allowing me to share this story, and I look forward to all of us working together to make a difference here in our city.
Hello, my name is Lee Stuart, and I'm the Executive Director of CHUM. I did speak more on Sunday, but this is like my bottom line speech on it. CHUM rejects racist, anti-Semitic, white supremacist, white nationalist, and neo-Nazi thought, words, and deeds in their entirety, and we repudiate violence in any form. We stand for the inherent equality and dignity of all people, and recognize our special role as people of faith, and mostly as recognized leaders in the white community, in calling out and rooting out these vile poisons from our hearts, minds, congregations, institutions, businesses, schools, and communities, and replacing it with almighty love. And that's what we will be doing. So that's all I have to say tonight.
Thank you. My name's Mike Tusken. I serve as the... That's the first time anyone's ever said that to me. I serve as the... is that better? Yeah. As the Chief of Police for the City of Duluth. We have a new mission statement at the police department. And we did that not alone, as we have in the past, but we did that with the community input, with surveys and strategic planning. Is to provide a safe Duluth for all. And there was very intentional words that we had in there. It's everyone. We are responsible for everyone that lives in there. In this city, 86,265 people. We know we have 30,000 people that visit this city every day and work here. We have tourism of over 6 million people a year. So it's our mission to provide a safe Duluth for all of us. And how are we going to do that? It was important for us to say we do that by strengthening relationships. It's impossible to hate another person when you know them. Always be careful when we're listening. We hear these comments. They, them, those people. Right?
That's right.
What does that mean? I know what that means when I hear it. I believe it means people who don't look like me. And so the only way any of us are going to move ahead to stop racism and hate is to be able to recognize it, name it, and call it. So do the people in this audience have the courage to name it, to call it? Who has the courage? That's how we stop it. We stop it individually, one person at a time. While there's 155 sworn cops in Duluth that try our best to keep every person safe, we can't do it alone. Our strength will always come from the people we serve. And it's all of you that can help us. So when you see hate, see hate speech, you confront it, you name it, you call it out. And you help us make this a safe Duluth for all. Thank you.
How y'all feeling?
Feeling good?
Yeah. Love.
In pain. Yeah.
I'm Dr. Vainio, Arne Vainio. I've been working as a family practice physician on the Fond du Lac Reservation for the past 20 years. Dr. Vainio, I've been on the Fond du Lac Reservation for the past 20 years. And I work with a marginalized community, and I stand with Stephan Witherspoon and Carl and everyone else here. And we need, as a physician, I get to look at x-rays and electrocardiograms and lab values and all that stuff. And true healing and true medicine is love and forgiveness and redemption. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we've all been pushed back, and we saw that this weekend, what happens when somebody hates somebody just for the purity of their hearts. And we've been pushed back, and we need to stand together to move forward. And I can't sing like Marquise, but I'm going to sing one of our old traditional songs. This drum was given to me by one of our elders, Herb Sam. I never think I know these songs enough, and Herb told me that in order to make these songs, I can be given these songs, and I don't accept these songs. They have to accept me. And the only way they can do that is if I sing them. And when everybody's singing Happy Birthday, I'm the guy lip-syncing in the back. But I sing when I need to. And this song is called Heartbreak. And I don't have to explain that to anyone here. We know what that means. And this is an old song. I sing it for all of us to bring us together. Let me go ahead.